JoKer, level 8 upgrade. Today I'm going to be installing Bad Horsie's shock covers. This is one of those things I highly suggest, especially if you like to be racing around in the dirt. This will prevent dirt, grime, and all that other stuff from getting on the shock shaft, which is going to preserve your shock seals, which is something that you definitely want to do. So let's go ahead and get these installed. Each shock is held in with 2 screws, one on top and one on bottom. But the unfortunate thing about them is that these shocks are tucked away underneath the rear and front chassis brace. For the front, you have to undo 4 screws on the bottom. For the back, with the stock one, you have to undo 7. For me, I only have to do 3. So for the front chassis brace on the bottom, you can see I have to undo these 4 screws. Pull off the rear chassis brace. As for the front, I need to go ahead and undo these 2 screws that hold in the top of the shocks. Pull that off, and all that's left is to remove the 2 screws that hold in at the bottom of the shocks to the rockers. Now that I got the shocks off, I need to go ahead and take them apart. First of all, I need to collapse the spring so I can pull off the bottom brace. Slide off the shock spring, and then I need to go ahead and slide it into go ahead and pull it tight, and then I'm going to tuck in the sleeves. All that's left is I need to go ahead and slide the shock spring back on. Make sure that it stays nice and tight. Collapse the spring and put in the brace. And that's it. Now I just gotta do that with the other shocks. And there you have it. They look pretty darn good, if I must say so. But before I install these, there's something I'm going to go ahead and do first. I'm going to go ahead and take off the rockers so I can replace the bearings inside of them. With the last upgrade, I replaced them with these silver ones because I didn't like the blue seal. However, I now have some TRB Precision Bearings, and as you can see, they are red. Now, since I did this with my last upgrade video, I'm not going to show you how I did this. If you want to see that, just go ahead and look at the previous upgrade video. Now, since I have 10 of these bearings, I feel like I can go ahead and put a bearing on each side. Even though you're not going to see the bottom one, it's still nice to have it there. Alright, now that that's taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the shocks. First, I'm just going to slide them into place and then reattach them to the rockers. Next up, I'm going to get each one of the brackets, put them back into place, and then reinstall the top screws for the shocks. And finally, I need to go ahead and reinstall the screw in the back and the 4 on the bottom. Here's before, and here is after. And honestly, I have to say that these look really good. Now, under this light and with this camera, it looks like these are 2 different colors of red, but guys, they are identical. It is such a good look for this RC. And even though it's a small little detail, I think that the red bearings look really good too. It's a bit overkill having these be high precision bearings. I really didn't need to go that far, but they were the cheapest I could find that were the color red. Honestly, I think they were worth it. Eventually, I would actually like to go ahead and replace the bearings inside the axle carriers too and have these be red. But I'm gonna save that for another day. But for now, I think JoKer looks really good. As always, I have to give a huge shout out to everyone who helps me out on Patreon. Because of you guys, these upgrades are possible. And that was JoKer's level 8 upgrade.